Hello there. And we are two brain coaches about to start our weekly Klatch. Even coaches need coaches. And we thought it would be helpful to share our discussions because a lot of the health problems don't have easy solutions, and you just have to work at it and do a biohack. And each one of us is unique and individual. Pam, who is an Amen Brain Health Coach, Miles, and she is the founder of True Transformations. And I'm Diana Liz, founder of Rejuvenating Lifestyle. And we both struggle with insulin resistance, as do most menopausal women. But we don't have the same solution because our causes are totally different. So Pam is going to start, and I will share later on a separate session. So Pam, tell us what's going on today.
Well, Diana, you and I have talked a lot about the fact that I'm really curious about the accuracy of the regular finger sticks that I've been doing, checking my blood glucose. And I've read different things. They talk about, do it at the same time of the day and, same procedure and everything, which I've kind of been doing. But the other day I tried it and I thought, I'm going to see if there's any variability in, doing different hands.
Uh-huh.
So I took this hand and I cleaned it off really good with the finger I was going to stick and with my alcohol. And so I took the wipe and I got it really good. And I waited till I knew it was dry because I was kind of wondering if that might have anything to do with it.
I've wondered about that myself, if alcohol had any bearing on it, even a small amount.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that it was, all I know is, girl, it was 100 and I think it was 129.
Yeah, and that's isn't 130 or 140 the
140.
140. So it's really pushing up there close to diabetes. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, well, I thought about what I ate before and absolutely nothing that shouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? It was not, I didn't have a lot of carbs, there was just no added sugar or anything like that. And so I was baffled. Of course, I've also talked that I wonder about how I do with sleep because I do have some issues, with sleep. And, but anyway, so I thought, well, okay, that's fine. So I rushed over to the sink, washed my hands really good, soap and water, dried off with a paper towel, went back over, changed out everything, and decided to test on a different hand. Well, I tested and it was 109.
That's very significant.
And then I said, okay, I'm going to try a different finger.
Mm-hmm.
No, did I do a different finger? I can't remember. I don't want to say it wrong. I either did a different finger or I did the same one, but I patted it dry and then, stuck it again. Anyway, it was 106.
Well, a difference between 109 and 106 is
not much.
I mean, that could be instrument error, but to go from 129 to 109, that's just like, is this machine measuring and, exactly. What's going on? I mean, the blood that goes to this hand has got to be similar to the blood that goes to
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, there's something funky here because I'm testing and it would be different if I had done, okay, well, on this hand, I got, 109, but then I tested a different finger or something and I got like 118 or whatever, but it was pretty close, the 106, 109. So I'm like, well, am I closer to that number or am I, what's going on here? So anyway, looking at A1C, I had mentioned, sorry, I
had need for you to take care of.
I probably probably have a delivery. Christmas time.
Christmas.
They're really good alert dogs.
Yeah.
um, anyway, I tested the I was looking at my A1C, girl, and
All righty.
so my A1C, I looked back on the results that was done in September the 1st, and it was it was 6.3. Now, it's the range is less than 5.7, but pre-diabetes is 5.7 up to 6.4. So at 6.3, I was really high, you know, and oddly enough, it was high back in February. And I felt fine, you know, in my mind, you know, and I was doing all my walking and everything that I've been doing, eating pretty much the same, but that was going on in my body. And the fasting glucose was, I think it was 102. It was 102 in September, and it was 110 in February. So, you know, it's something to take note of.
Yeah, I'd like to talk on that a little bit.
Okay.
Dr. Jattery, he's English, but he's now a professor at medical school here in the US now. But when he was living and practicing in England, he did Doctor in the House, and he visited clients and looked at their lifestyle and helped teach people about lifestyle. And one of the things that he explains, he's got a fabulous TED Talk that is really, really, really important. And he talks about homeostasis. That is, the body will do everything it can to stay the same, to stay normal. And so people say, well, you know, like you just said, I felt okay. I mean, I was at the edge of pre-diabetic and I felt okay. And that can go on for years.
Yes.
But then when you don't feel okay, you think you're at the beginning of an illness, but actually you have been cultivating that illness for 20, 30 years. And so it's really difficult to push the needle back, because now you've got to change hundreds, thousands, I don't know, millions of cell function in your body to go back to where you were before this all started. So, you know, women out there, please listen. It's important to be tested. It's important to pay attention. It's important not to wait until you feel sick to be proactive in your health. So, and it's not going to be easy to push the needle back.
Well, and we're going to look at how I am doing, because I ordered that home test.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Yes, me too, because that the thing with that is why that's so important, is because that really gives you your average. And so, you know, a lot of folks say, well, I go in and get my yearly checkup. Well, for one thing, that's usually what insurance is going to cover.
Yeah.
But if you're waiting once a year to get that done, and I'm not for certain that all physicians check that when you have that your annual, but if you don't get it checked, and you're waiting for a year, a lot of stuff can happen to
Yeah.
your body during that year. And it's just, I'm advocating. I was telling people, start checking your blood sugar, do the
Yes.
fasting, do an hour after, 2 hours after, and rounds. No, I'm saying, get one of these home tests and start trying to see where you're at. And every couple of months, you keep track of it. You don't want to do exactly what you were saying. You don't want to wait until you've built up all this
Yeah.
time and all this damage.
Yeah. And ladies out there, um, let me see, what was I going to say? Your doctor may just put you on metformin. And I have nothing against metformin, but if you continue to do what it is that you're doing to create pre-diabetes or diabetes, if you continue to do that, you are you are pushing your homeostasis into illness. Yes, if you need a metformin, take it by all means, but do everything that you can to not go there, because doctors are just now beginning to get training in nutrition. Up until the beginning of functional medicine in 1990, that concept of nutrition and lifestyle, it did not exist until functional medicine came into being. And it's your doctor may not offer that alternative to you and just give you medication, and now you think you're on a good trail. But if you're still eating the same stuff that made you sick, it's not it's not for your best health. So
Right.
I've done my public service.
Yes. Well, and I'm with you, because I have been, preaching to therapists, because even in physical therapy, it wasn't until like 2016, 17, I'd have to double check on my figures there. It might even be later than that, that we accepted that we can actually, get basic education in nutrition. I mean, of course, we're not nutritionists or dietitians, and not claiming to be. We don't have the education and, certifications in that, but we have basic common sense.
Yes.
And, we have enough education to tell people how that's going to affect their lifestyle.
Yes. And just because you see a nutritionist or a dietitian doesn't mean they're going to give you up-to-date information, because our science has changed since 2008 and what we know about the body. So you have to do your due diligence, and you are responsible for your health, and not the dietitian, not the doctor. So that's
true.
why we're here.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to
Yeah.
talk about this, because, like you said, we can coach each other, and while we're doing it, maybe we can help other people going
Yeah.
through some of this.
Yeah.
Or at
Well,
least
thank you for, I'm so excited about your A1C coming and what we'll be able to learn from that. And also just sharing about homeostasis today. That's such an important key element. You know it because you're a physical therapist, and you're up to date on the new science and stuff. But all the women out there who are menopausal, our bodies change after we're 35, and we need to be our own best friend and really take care of ourselves so that we can be healthy and happy.
Well,
And I
a
hope
lot of
you will become a warrior for health and join us, because we deserve it, and our grandchildren deserve for us to be here, and our children, and we want to put life into our years. So I hope you will join us in our crusade. Thank you so much, and we'll look forward to our next share. Bye-bye for now.